their depth of play.
Now Chovy is looking to go aggressive here towards this bottom side. No vision available for Gen.G as Ruler gets pulverized. Delight makes his way in. Let's see whether Chovy can get the pillar down. That's a good one. Flashes in looking for Ruler. And he does have barrier. Let's see whether it keeps him alive. The answer is no. Piercing darkness from Gumayushi.
Forward. And it's perfect.
Pole flash gorgeously played there for Delight. As in the meantime, we've got even more action. Ruler doesn't have his flash still, remember, as Melio just gets slammed between a pillar and a wall. Still, they're focused on this Lucian, wanting to take down Ruler. Chovy possibly going to overextend for this one, as Ruler is taking a lot of damage. Gets another dash finally, as now Delight could be in trouble, but Zeka shows up as well, and Canyon has to flash to get himself out of the way, then goes back in. Not sure about that one, but Chovy's able to lock down the kill. He doesn't have Spirit Rush, though, and oh, that was a pillar and a half from Chovy, and the Maiden getting involved as well. This Yorick counter pick is definitely working out here for Keen.
Absolutely. And they need it to, because everything else is kind of on fire right now.
Oh yeah, as we've got some mad pings coming on through.
Yeah, Realm War, Keen may be in trouble.
He certainly is. Let's see whether he can help himself out of this situation. There are no teleports available for anyone, but he does have a Ghoulie Wall. And Keen is just trying to play some alcove gaming. He flashes in. He looks for Zeus. The ghouls get mad. And he's now trying to keep himself alive again. Zeka as well finds another Q. And I think he's out of there. I think he just won a 1v2.
He actually wants to go back in.
Oh,
he's crazy.
Yeah, he calls some mist, and there is the Maiden getting upset one more time.
Chovy's
and the
here.
rest of Gen.G are going to show up. Oh, thank you, Keen, for a potential game 3.
My God, what a just set of plays from Gen.G. Keen just walks.
He was so important
the whole while. Like, they're just coming up. They're showing up. Sidestep is real, like you said, and end up getting 2 kills for the Ahri.
Well, speaking of the Ahri, actually down here for this potential dive, as that charm was fantastic. Chovy wastes a fair bit of time. They take down the Lucian, but already Gumayushi cannot tank up this turret anymore, and Chovy looking for the angle. Not able to get in there, though, as the Spirit Rush has run out. So 1 for 1. And Chovy now setting up for a potential dive. Has Delight
Someone's
here as
coming
well.
up,
All right, let's see. The rest of the cavalry have showed up, but there is the Dawning Shadow. And it's Gumayushi that's able to help them lock this one down. Gen.G just a little bit late to the play as the charm is going to connect onto Delight. But it is not going to be enough. Now Ruler, top lane. Let's see whether that's going to work out, as he will be able to just throw down the ulti first. The charm's going to get flashed. But I don't think Zeus is out of the woods just yet. Throws in the equalizer as Keen has to flash out of the way of the turret. He's the one that takes down the kill onto the Rumble, and Gen.G barely get out alive.
Yeah, but so much money's going over to Zeka. Like, I don't think this... and I think it's going to be won by HLE, but I actually... Nope, never mind.
Yeah,
it's Yorick.
You're going to be able to take it?
And so they do end up getting that one, which is really huge for them as well. This Yorick is that side lane threat we talked about now. And he probably doesn't need help anymore. Plates going over to Chovy. There is a teleport here for Zeus, but if he TPs in, he's going to be in trouble. Look at Canyon just kind of camping this.
Yeah.
Zeus is wise to it, but
still, he's going to get the cease and desist down. Let's see whether Chovy can get in here with the damage. Absolutely he can. As the Dawning Shadow is unfortunately a little kind of there with him. As Chovy able to escape the Ghoulie Wall, but he will be able to get the smite off onto this crab. Ruler gets interrupted, now looking for an angle towards Goomer, as in goes Canyon one more time. Delight gets the ult down, and now where's the Pulverize going to land? Onto 2, as now Chovy looking for the angle. There's an equalizer. Could be in a better position, but isn't too bad, as Delight is the first to go down. Chovy, though, is going ballistic in that backline, but does have to flash to get out of the way. Canyon is going to get roasted, though, but Keen going ballistic will get taken out, though, by Zeus. And Zeka now flashing on top of Chovy. He has to flash away. And Duro, oh no, this is not the adventure the Melio was looking for, has to flash away himself. A
for the third dragon here, HLE have sole point if they can take this fight.
Well, they do have Guma walking from base, can affect the fight in 6 seconds with the ulti, as Melio is in a lot of trouble. Duro's just going to get eaten. That is going to be Canyon locking down the dragon, but can they get themselves out of this pit? That's the question, as Chovy rotates over. He's spotted as Ruler. Yeah, you're not getting out of that pit, as now the equalizer comes down. Canyon, he's pretty famous. He walks the red carpet to his demise. And it's Guma that snipes down the Vi in the end. That was first light on the third day, Wolf. That's what that was. That was gorgeous.
Yes.
I've just been referencing.
No, you've been doing great.
Zeka's going to get hit by a Q here. Keen doing a fair bit of work. Does land another one, and yeah, unfortunately cannot interrupt the realm warp.
He's
So
just
Zeka
a
will
realm
get
warp
safety.
guy right now. It's fine. He'll be relevant later. A lot of amount of damage. Well, 2, because Zeka isn't really doing it yet, but he will. Given time, as he will be the prio target here.
Yeah, let's see whether the rest of the team can actually get there in time. That's the question, as the charm is going to connect. Dawning Shadow comes through yet again, as Chovy will be able to find it, but Zeus gets there in time, and Canyon is likely, oh, never mind, the flame spitter wears off, and now Chovy a little bit early on the dash, and he's straight into the equalizer. Duro is able to keep him alive, though, and Keen shows up, and he is an absolute menace. The flash in, and he just massacres Guma. And now Zeus is going to silence himself, and Delight doesn't, he just can't be in melee range, because Keen will just get all of his health back. Kanavi will show up, though, and I think that will be the end of this Yorick eventually, as Zeus will finally take him down.
All right, Canyon is maybe going to have to drop this Herald. His ruler is pushing in. Zeka is going to get out because he's got Crushers, right? He's got the shield. He's got...
Oh, we had to come back for something. I'm
Yeah,
not entirely sure
happening.
what it was. There it is. It's Zeka dying again. Hit by a charm. Ah, Vi Ari. It's a pretty good combo, isn't it?
Yes, it is working pretty well.
The entire game, and then lost to him in the last team fight. I don't think they can ignore him in this one, as Drake going to be up in 7 seconds time, but we have another pulverize here from Delight. He's put into the ghoulie wall, as Keen looking to try and take him down. The unbreakable will is pretty good, as Chovy just skirting the outskirts of this fight. Equalizer not doing a massive amount of work here, as Ruler still at full health. But the rest of Gen.G not looking so hot. Delight has to go back home, though. This might be the angle for Gen.G to look for this dragon and even out the scoreline there.
It's really hard to fight this with Guma having really no front line as oh
dear, actually interrupts, finds the charm, Kanavi sniped, and that will guarantee the dragon.
Sometimes Chovy just says, I'm taking this game in my hands.
What did we say?
I'm taking it back.
The very beginning of the day, yeah, let's see. There is no equalizer, which is a big tool in this moment, as Zeus looking to get into that backline. They find the charm, but it's not onto the target that they were looking for. It's now Chovy dashing around the battlefield. Zeus is going to die, and this Ari is picking up all of the resets. Dash counter with the charm. It's going to go wide. Gumayusi's still at full health, and he needs to hit those Qs, Chovy. And Gen.G are going to have to back away.
I don't think he's going to be saving this. Crystalline Overgrowth built up. That
The
will
Vi-
be this turret going down.
The Vi Ari is so powerful, so potent, and so threatening that even
There's
though...
so much setup, though, for HLE. Now, finally, things are getting cleared out, but it is dangerous. The Maiden going to face check, and she is going to be taken out. As Chovy looks for the angle, gets a nice charm, and the culling going to help out, taking out Zeus. He does get the equalizer in, but it's not a whole lot of value, and now Delight in amongst it, gets the pulverize onto 2. Ruler is delivered, but the charm again from Chovy as he dances around the fight, takes down Zeus. Sorry, Zeka, and now Gumayusi being chased out by Keen. He brings down the shovel, and will be able to deal with this center. It is a clean fight for Gen.G as they wipe the floor with him.
Fine time here. If they can get an inhibitor, feel much better about their chances of closing this game out. I mean, they are in a massive gold lead. This Ari could not be more fed.
Yeah, well, Kanavi going to be able to sidestep the charm, and let's see whether Chovy has to use the ult. He does, gets over the wall, deals with the traffic cone there as well. As now Delight going to have to get out of there. The charm is going to miss, has the ghost, so gets himself out of the way of that one. But in the meantime, Gen.G will destroy the inhibitor turret in the bottom lane.
They cannot quite get the inhibitor. Would have been massive if they could.
Oh, Keen being so annoying at this stage of the game as well. As the game goes on, right, he's got 3 items now. This Yorick,
You know, in this situation, he just gets the turret as, you know, Gen.G forced the play there, tried to look for the pick, and Chovy once again pillared.
Yeah, there's the charge up as they do get in on top of Kanavi. Dawning Shadow comes down, though, and they just kill him. Gen.G were aware of this play, but they thought that they could outplay it. Now Canyon has to flash to get out of this one. Does have the Vault Breaker, and Keen is able to at least potentially save the Vi. Gets over the wall, Mega Cone, and he's out of there. But they've killed the Ari. That has taken so much of the wind out of their sails as, oh, Ruler gets the pick onto Guma. Kanavi gets wiped out, and Ruler hadn't been doing anything all game long, and he may have just saved it back again for Gen.G after they lost their hero. Oh man, that must have felt cathartic for the guy picked on all game.
What a just sudden way for this game to end. Like, it looked like maybe HLE had gotten something back there. Maybe it looked like they set the trap, and that was actually going to be them getting back control, and the wind was out of the sails of GenG, and the scaling was just going to hit on the resets and respawns, but instead they just get their necks snapped by Hide on Bush.
Yep. And what, Chovy for Nexus is going to be the trade, I guess? And I mean, he had a bounty on him. Maybe it's close to worth it. It's more than 50 gold, but this should deliver us to 3 games. As Zeka does finally break that arm guard, so does Zeus, but he's in the ghoulie wall and in the death chamber thereafter as the Nexus is exposed. Decent pulverized there from Delight, but I don't think they're surviving this. And Gen.G will deliver us to the full series as Chovy respawns, gets a quadra, and takes over the game.
What a game from Chovy.